Please forgive me for the mistakes I'm about to make. Thank you.
Okay then. Well, welcome to our next game here between Jeremy Khoo and William Kang. Certainly should be another exciting one.
Yes, from a team standpoint, Singapore is still dominating. And the last time we saw Jeremy on stream a couple of games ago, he had a pretty straightforward win too. Played really fast, played a lot of the right plays, so should be a
He
fun
did.
game.
Yeah, he played well. And again, bit of a youth Scrabble throwback. Definitely remember both Jeremy and William from youth Scrabble days. Yes, we would like these names to be updated. They're both very strong. William, I think, a WISC runner-up back in the day, and continues to be a strong player. And Jeremy, we also talked a bit about his credentials and got to see his strong play 2 games ago when he was on stream. So I think it'll be interesting to see if William can make some inroads for Malaysia, much needed ones, I think.
Yeah, everyone counts, and there's still hope for Malaysia to turn it around.
Indeed, yes, I think they do need to take some scalps of the Singaporeans, and I think this may be a good place to start.
Singapore are still dominating the individual standings as well. I think from the scoreboard, Hubert won his last game by 309,
Oh, he's
which is
just not letting up. Yeah, he's really been on fire this tournament.
okay. William to
Well,
start.
okay, let's see. Not a bad rack. So 1 letter away from her cake, but I should be able to score something decent.
Yeah, lots of potential options here.
Yeah, Maho is certainly a possibility.
Hakim
Kima.
scores quite a bit.
Yeah, Hakim is certainly superior. Yeah, Hakim looks probably best, I think. Kima maybe in second after Hakim. And Jeremy has a very good good rack over this, I think. Yeah, something like Mesquite or Equisator, I think we might see from Jeremy next time. So
Yeah, or even just equites.
yeah, the more simple equates is often the way to go here. So what's William going to put to open up? Picked up the HAKE. The question is, was he going to
Yeah,
play the 6 or the 4?
I think he was going for the 6. Yeah,
Yeah, very good start. Fantastic. Yeah, now I think Equites is going to be very likely the best play. Oh, Equisita is going to maybe be more, I think. Let's
yeah.
see.
S- Jeremy's looking for the sheet of paper to mark out the blank.
Yeah, it's always, you know, your fate when we start looking towards the sheet, I think.
Yeah,
It's just a matter of time. But I think William has done as well as he can in terms of Yeah, the placement makes some sense in terms of not exposing the doubles. So seems to go the way of accuracy there. A fantastic score. Over 100 to start this game off. So again, mountain to climb for the Malaysians, but
Yeah, but
Saponite, oh, Termaine is going to do something to help.
yeah, I think he would back William to find at least one of those.
Yeah, reasonably high prob finds, so I think, uh, assuming that he is fresh on them, I think we're quite likely going to see a bingo come down.
Domain is the
Really
highest scoring word and the more defensive in terms of positioning.
would be my choice if
Yeah,
contingent on seeing both. Like Saponite seems to give back quite a bit. Yeah, I think he really will want to see the bingo.
it's always interesting for me to see how different players line up their tiles. So some people obviously use the alphagram.
How about you, Akshay? What do you do?
I've the bulk of my study has been based on alphagrams, so that's how I like to line up my letters too.
Yeah, I think I'm more in the Ben Schoenbrunn kind of disorganized kind of way. Of course, I don't think I've featured on stream nearly as often as you would have given your success in Westpac and other places. So I think at least I've avoided the wrath of the commentators in that sense. Yeah, Saponite from William, the second best bingo, but he may not be punished too heavily for it.
Yeah, he should get off relatively lightly here, given Jeremy's rack.
Yeah, not that much. That
I think there was a challenge here. Maybe Jeremy's
oh,
challenge
Saponite.
Saponite.
That
Yes, sir.
surprised me. Okay. Yeah, Saponite is certainly a high probability one. I mean, within top 1,000 for sure.
Yeah,
Always, yeah, some of these higher prob ones, you just haven't looked at it for a while and it might
sure.
well be rusty, but even so, I mean, will be interesting to see what Jeremy comes up with now.
Yeah, Geode stands out to me. I don't like to
Geode
burn
is
my
nice.
E, but
What about Toad parallel to Saponite? TOGED.
yeah, that's a nice play too.
Yeah, so since Hubert hit me, I've always been a bit more wary of these non-neutral
Leaving the
triples.
nine timers, yeah,
Right, I had put GI and he hit me with Gingival for 117 out of nowhere. So I think now
amazing.
I'm a bit more. Yeah, it was a super find. And yeah, after that, I've always been a bit wary, but I think it may be just over anchoring from one game. So I think as William has hernia as well. So I think, yeah, hernia will be quite nice in terms of neutralizing the 100 pointer that Jeremy had. Of course, already in the lead, so
Yeah, and
two
if
plays of.
if Jeremy plays Geode with the G on the double letter, then it actually allows William to play Atherine on top of it.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. Yeah, that would be excellent overlap. And let's see whether it actually materializes. Well, it will be the temptation, I think, for William to kind of just plonk down hernia, and if that's the one that he's already spotted. So I think it's always this, you see one good move and you have to look for a better one. Jeremy definitely will be disappointed to not be able to do as much from Saponite as he might have wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see too many options for him that kind of preserve this um, hotspot opening here and play somewhere else. I think he's definitely going to be playing in that bottom left quadrant. So seems to be a question of geode on the left or geode on the right. And I think he's chosen the safer one. And Atherine may well still come down, but for a few less points. Oh,
Oh,
okay. Jumping back and forth, and he has at least he will find that he's probably picked the better one. Yeah, William will definitely be eyeing up the bingo as long as he's seen it.
yeah. I think you made a great point earlier about not jumping to play the first play that you see, and actually taking the time to find a better option.
Yeah, I think especially if the board state has changed a bit, I think you always have to maybe take one more look and see what happens. And yeah, Jeremy continues to draw very well in this game. Oh, he has the nice cosseting as a nine through the O and E, I think.
Wow, that's a nice find. That's a great find.
Which is does he have any nine timer through the H? Probably not.
No, one consonant too many.
I think so. Yeah, simpler um castings or costings. Gnostics, I think, is good as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Is there a double double through the eye? No, probably not.
Not one that I see yet. Yeah, I always enjoy playing the nines when they're available. So I think I would have,
Yeah.
assuming if
Something
he sees
special
it,
about playing disco nines.
I think so. Like it always gives a bit of a dopamine rush to just plonk it down. I think I've been guilty of sometimes playing them when they're suboptimal, but it just feels good. So so you do it. Yeah, that's probably from the more likely to see costings or castings through the end. But you never know.
Ah, I think he has seen cosseting.
Ah, fantastic. Excellent anagramming from him. And certainly will be a very elegant spot if he commits and goes for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, William has also drawn well and will bingo again with nitrites, assuming he sees it. So actually, he's done well to neutralize Jeremy's good tiles in this game. But I think quite a few high prob bingos. And William would have resitting, I think, through the E and G for another disconnected nine if he felt like it.
Wow. It's not often that you see two disconnected nines in
Yeah, I would love
consecutive
to see.
moves.
Yeah, I think Edward was pointing out Reduvians as a disconnected nine in one of the earlier games. Unfortunately, wasn't spotted, but Jeremy seemed to have already done the hard work in spotting cosseting. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I feel like he should just go for it there. Yeah, two ing disconnected nines would be an interesting one. I haven't seen that in any game.
Would you still play the um, castings set though? I think they score a bit more than costing.
Yeah, probably. He should from purely common sense point of view, I think.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I think he's lined up Gnostics too, and that's the highest scoring game.
Gnostics is good. Opens up the line that may not be that risky. Yeah, probably. Often the Sims seem to confirm that these. Oh, really? He's
Wow.
foregone the bingo. Okay. Huh. A very flashy play, but is it
Yeah, but then
correct? I don't know.
Geodesic is 36, and any bingo would have been a minimum of 70.
Yeah, is he interested in maybe getting a nine timer through that H
I think that's probably
short?
what he's, yeah, going for. But then in that case, I might have wanted to retain the C rather than the G. It's just a lot more
Indeed.
friendly with the H.
So we won't be seeing any nines, unfortunately. Nitrites. A simpler
You,
play, and
you just might with the ST.
yes, you
Oh,
you never know.
no.
It seems to have been a show of reasonably high prop bingos this game, and if that, yeah, that is the O there on Jeremy's rack, I think we may well see like goody shares or something come down and continue
Yeah.
that trend. Or is he going to fish the D to play for shortage or something? You wonder if William might smell a rat at that point and shut things down. But you never know.
Yeah, I think he has to play the bingo here.
I think so too. Yeah, we have to bear in mind he's already quite a bit down, and I think he needs to
Yeah,
kind of
and
get things
Godeshirs or
together.
Dogtails is 86 points. It's just
Yeah, Dogtails is good and doesn't expose any triples, but again, there are many lines, so it may not be the time to worry too much about these openings.
wow. And Williams drawn into a third bingo in a row.
Wow, indeed. Yeah, I think he's picked about as well as one can without drawing the blanks and
Actually, that's the fourth.
is oh my goodness, yes. Yes, saponite, honey, and nitrites. Yeah, just excellent synergistic bingo tiles just appearing on his rack at the right time. And
Yeah. So despite Jeremy seemingly drawing both blanks and having some momentum, is actually going to find himself trailing by a bingo.
yeah, quite surprising. A lot of bingos in 5, 6 turns. Yeah, I mean, many more than one typically sees. And I think it's been an entertaining start to this one. And yeah, Jeremy, I think maybe cannot would actually benefit from the triple triple if he knew Williams' rack. I think yeah, but the simple Gadishias is going to come and by yeah 86 for him and putting him very transiently into the lead. Yeah, William will suddenly want to put Wagon down, I think, quickly and
Yes.
keep his ascendancy. Yeah, I can't see that many Hag down is good, isn't it?
Yes.
And probably his best play without a binger. Wagon is coming. Alternative placing, not choosing the hue spot.
Actually, Goand would have fit above, 2 rows above.
Good spot. Yes, I think that would have been his best. Yeah, this is actually looking quite dangerous for Jeremy, especially considering his next rack here.
Yeah, no D for W.
No, that would have been nice. Yeah, maybe something like Utu is going to come and just wants to balance his rack and see if he can hit some bingo here. Yeah, Boule Bull is possible, but doesn't achieve all that much for him.
Yeah, I mean he's trailing by 69. It's not that desperate yet. Um,
No, no, it isn't.
if he is able to get a few high scoring plays here, he could still keep the pressure up on William.
I think he can, and yeah, especially if he's able to get these 30 odd point plays and then hit a bingo, I think he'll be well and truly still in contention. Yeah, William again, no bingo this time, but again, a good rack. And if he makes the most of this YGO spot, I think he would be able to continue to get this margin up. Returning to Jeremy, I think, yeah, he has to think how much he's going to commit to managing his rack to try to hit a comeback bingo. So Utu comes. I mean, you could even keep the U and maybe try for something like Rubiola, but it's a bit of a Hail Mary kind of fish.
Yeah. Yeah, there aren't too many bingo lanes that are available right now, actually. You either need to
My
bingo
thinking
through the
too.
S.
Yeah, through the S or using the HE extent. Yeah, KV is perfect. And yeah, Boilery is indeed good, but whether it's going to play anywhere, and then this underscores the problem about keeping available lines, and there's not that much of it for him.
Yeah. Looks like Jeremy challenged KB, just to be sure.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough, given the game situation is looking increasingly troublesome for him. So might be a much needed win for the Malaysians coming soon if Jeremy is not able to mount a comeback to
Yeah.
resuscitate his efforts in this game. And yeah, I mean, he's suddenly scored quite a bit.
Oh, it was a J and not an I.
Okay, okay. Then ignore what I'd said about Boilery.
I
And
thought it was an I too,
problems.
to be honest. It looked like boilery.
Always the reflection in the light is makes these things difficult. Okay, so I think that's a much needed bit of score for Germany. Yeah, he doesn't have that E floater for inertial Williams,
Yeah.
so might be one turn where his scoring declines a bit to a more sedate pace. But he could just play something like Pi and It. Doesn't have to do all that much.
Yeah. Or even just something like nail or
Also perfectly fine, I think. Many choices for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think many ways that he can lock this one up. But yeah, definitely Jeremy is benefiting a bit from these kind of 4 point tiles here, and he's making some, at least will have the opportunity rather to make some good use of them. So I think this slightly less than bingo margin in this game is going to hold for a few more turns. And yeah, both players not that far off bingos as well. So I think
Yeah. Yeah.
it will be interesting to see who's able to land their bingo first. Yeah, I'm not sure if there are any other interesting plays for Jeremy here. Yeah, just a little bit of thinking here from William. Um, Bingos have been pouring for him throughout this game, and I think finally a turn where has to just sit back and make a bit of a decision that's not about where to put the bingo. So I think it's
Yeah, I think the
what's he
natural choice
playing
is
here?
to rail, I
Ah,
think.
real.
Or real. Okay.
Yeah, totally fine play. So I think that's 20 points, and
He may have been considering which tiles to play off given what's unseen, and I think the fact that there are probably multiple R's unseen allowed him to burn his own.
right, yeah, that's it's certainly an intelligent play in terms of thinking about what's in the bag. Jeremy will certainly want to score a bit this turn, and yeah, it looks like he has the FY atop geodesic, and oh,
Yeah.
William has entwined now. Okay, that's going to
Wow.
be the fifth bingo, I think, and maybe the end for Jeremy here, unless he gets a comeback triple triple.
Yeah. Could we see a 9 timer here?
Well, I think that's all we haven't seen this game. It's just been a deluge of bingos, and Twin is also very nice. And I think Twin is better from the defensive standpoint compared to Entwined. So again,
Yeah.
good word finding and good placement from William Kang.
Might draw a challenge as well here, I think.
Yeah, it's always the kind of word that you would just want to have a look at, but it looks like he's still holding. Yeah, going to the lookup computer here or lookup phone. Yeah, opens up quite a large lead for William, and given the number of unseen tiles, and this X is something of an unwelcome tile for Jeremy here. I think
Yeah, I think
it's
it's almost at that point where the probability of Jeremy winning here is close to zero.
it's looking very slim for him. I think I can't quite see how he would achieve that, especially once number of tiles in the bag becomes less than seven. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
increasingly difficult for him to mount any sort of comeback.
He has a nice exile from the E of Equiseta.
Yeah, I like that. Um, Quite a lot of parallels there, and that's an excellent spot. Yeah, I think if I'm Jeremy, you just kind of go for that, and you're probably going to be resigned to a loss at this stage. I think it's going to be,
Yeah,
unless
that's
William
that's
has.
that's the flip side of that play, right? You're not really creating any potential openings for a bingo.
No, I think it just burns through tiles, and William can quite comfortably just empty the bag soon and finish things off. But it seems surprisingly difficult in terms of finding a suitable play for Jeremy that scores acceptably, kind of gets him, say, back
Yeah.
within 80 or so, and then also achieves something in opening the board. Maybe, yeah, there's just not that many options.
I considered something like Willer from the W, but then you retain OX, and I'm not sure there are too many eights that would
No,
be
and
utilized from there.
pretty easy to shut as well, generally at
Yeah.
least. Yeah, barring any big surprises, it should be a comfortable close of the game for William here.
Maybe the other option that Jeremy could consider is exile from the E of Twinned, keeping the R for a potential triple lane hook.
I like that play. I think from a game-winning kind of perspective, it's kind of one of his only options. And yeah, of course, Exiler and From might come down in this case. Okay, so he does choose the other Exile placement. Certainly very aesthetically pleasing, but might put a stamp on the conclusion of this game, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will need something great from this bag, and it has not come for him. Yeah, this game is very likely going the way of the Malaysians. So I think much needed comeback for Malaysia, and we'll have to wait and see if they're able to replicate this performance in their other games.
Yeah, a lot of momentum for William in this game, and he really came out all
Yeah,
guns blazing.
he sure did, and five bingos is going to be difficult for anyone to face, and five bingos without the blank, I think without a blank is certainly um not that common, I think, and he's done well to spot one of his options for all of them. Hakim was also excellent, so I think he's been rock solid this game.
Yeah, and I like some of his positional awareness, nitrites to kind of obstruct the nine-timer lane, twinned, um,
Twin is
more
excellent, yeah.
defensive. Yeah,
He's played well, I think. Yeah, I think hard to fault too many of his plays in this game. I think Goand was a miss, but beyond that, he's been really hitting the spots throughout. So I think